Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I'm your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me here back again is my co-host, Joel Meyer. How are we doing tonight, Joel?
Fairly well. Can't complain. Tough weekend there in football. Ended up sleeping the whole day on Saturday and had to watch.
Again?
Yeah, man. Don't question my lifestyle. So I had to watch the Lions game delayed. It was like a 40-minute thing. It was pretty cool, actually. You know, there's no commercials. There's no delay between plays. They just showed every single play, and then that's all you see. And that was pretty cool. But unfortunately, the result wasn't as cool with our Lions going down to the Commanders. Absolutely horrific defense and questionable play calling from the new Bears coach, Ben Johnson, who was the offensive coordinator, of course, for the Detroit Lions. Yeah, the Commanders continue to fuck me over. And, of course, I love Jane Daniels. Won me a lot of money for winning the Heisman, but it cost me a lot of money there with knocking out the Detroit Lions. So that sucked. But thankfully, we got our Eagles yet. So as long as the Eagles can knock out the Commanders, I'll be content. It's a nice win against the Rams there. Saquon Barkley is the real deal. And on more positive news, though, Ohio State comes through. Had them in a bunch of parlays. Needed them to win. That was massive. Yeah, that was a non-competitive game really against Notre Dame. Good game for the most part. I mean, relative to the rest of the playoffs, which has been an abject failure, I would say. There's only been 3 good games out of all of them, 4 rounds. But yeah, Ohio State come through was massive. So I'm happy. Definitely cleanse the palate, the bad taste in my mouth after the Lions loss.
Yeah, big win for the Birds this weekend. They almost blew it. They almost blew it there at the end, but big win to hold on there and get to win there. Barkley was huge. Hurts not as much. You know, he had some iffy things after his rushing touchdown there early on. But yeah, Birds advance. Ravens.
Hurts, he's still concussed to me. He doesn't look good.
Yeah, there were some.
That safety was horrific.
The safety was horrible. So many sacks to take him out of field goal range, and then that knee injury late in the game. Hopefully, he's good to go for Sunday there. But yeah, we got Birds. We got Birds Commanders. That should be a good one. And then, of course, Chiefs Bills. Inevitable there in the Arrowhead there. So we'll see that on Sunday. And we got plenty of hockey there as well to get into. Our last show we talked about, our Puck Buck bets did pretty well. I discussed them a bit with Smitty on Friday night show. Saturday was a bit more touch and go there, but a pretty good week so far. Big Flyers win last night over the Red Wings. Had a bunch of games on Monday as well during the day. So been a good week for hockey. Connor McDavid suspended 3 games, and the Oilers whining about that. So never a dull moment there in the NHL. It's also never a dull moment.
About Tyler Myers.
No one cares about Tyler Myers. He's like, all right, Tyler Myers, 3 games, makes sense, whatever. Connor McDavid though, no way. All right, in honor of the big game coming up from now until February 9th, 15% off everything in the SGPN merch store with the promo code Big Game. That's one word, no spaces. Get some nice Hockey and Podcast headbands, hats. Get a winter hat. Stay warm out there. Here in Philly, it's like 12 degrees out. It hasn't been above freezing in quite some time. We got some snow on Sunday, as everyone saw during the Eagles game there. So, yeah, it's been quite chilly here in Philadelphia, but hopefully we can get some hot picks here coming up. All right. You want to touch on Puck Buck bets from a week ago, or you have no memory of that?
Oh, look. I had a lot of bets.
You went 8-6, up 52. I went 6-4, up 60. The Cap sends 0-0 into overtime there.
This was
the Devils blew it to blow your money line and your under.
Yeah.
That was the dog parlay. The dog parlay, of course.
Oh yeah. We got to talk about that. Three out of the four, and the only one that lost was the one I added because I just wanted a fourth leg. There was the Flames, I believe. But yeah, that was a nice win there. I immediately put all that money into what did I put it into?
Hopefully,
I think it was
Lions.
No, it was not the Lions. Thankfully, it was not Oklahoma City Thunder. It was I don't remember. But yeah, it was a nice win there. Montreal Canadiens. It was a good day for the Linsky special again with the Habs, and I think the Kings were against the Kraken, took care of them. I think that was it. But and then the Red Wings too. That was a nice win. That plus 190. So good day to bet the Dogs. Good day overall. But apparently, it was a long time ago, so I don't really remember it exactly.
Yeah, but it was a good day there. Hopefully, we can have another good Wednesday show here for this Thursday slate. Are you ready to get into this 11-game slate on Thursday, January 23rd?
Yes, sir.
All right, kick things off here at 7 p.m., not 5 p.m., which DraftKings are showing me for some reason. We got the Philadelphia Flyers plus 130 at the New York Rangers minus 155. Over 5.5 is at minus 125, with the under 5.5 plus 105 here. My Flyers, they're just rolling right now. We got like a 6-game point streak going on right now since November 23rd, which is over 25 games now. They have the best expected goal 4% in the league since that Noah Cates line was put together. Now they got Sean Couturier playing with Joel Farabee, scored last night. Matvei Michkov has a point in at least 2 straight games. He had a goal on Saturday and an assist last night. So, keep an eye on Michkov in the Calder race. He could get some energy after the Four Nations break. He's at 19-1 now. So if you don't have him in your portfolio, I feel like he's on a good line now. He still gets power play time, and the few weeks off is gonna help him going into the final month and a half of the season or so. But for this one, gotta look to the Flyers plus 130. Rangers won a chippy one last night with Igor Shesterkin going after Brady Chuck, winning that one 5-0. But they've been very inconsistent, back up to almost 500. Might be trading for your boy JT Miller there at some point as well. But Flyers 3 wins in a row, 4 of their past 6 with only a shootout loss on a back-to-back there. So got to look the Flyers way at plus 130. As for the total, got to go with an under. I mean, Shesterkin's been playing well. Sam Ersson has been great since the Christmas break. So Flyers in the under here for me.
No real feel for the total. I guess the under is okay, but I can't do an under right now with the Rangers. They're playing much better offensively, and they have been fairly consistent of late. They have points in 9 straight games now, 6-0-3, and they're playing a lot better than they were in the first half of the season anyway. So it's just Flyers, like you said, they're playing great hockey right now. So plus 130 is the way to go. Both teams are trending upwards for sure, but getting that dog price there for Philly is looking pretty tasty to me. So I totally agree with you in that respect. But okay, fine, 19-1, Michkov. I think it's just a 2-man race now. Lane Hudson right back in the mix. My guy, he set the record actually, or he tied a record that was set by your boy Goss's Bear in his rookie season for 9 assists or assist in 9 straight games. That was the rookie record. I'm not sure if it's just for a defenseman. It's got to be just for a defenseman. But regardless, Hudson has tied that record, so he could exceed it in the next game if he has another assist. So Lane Hudson is on the up. Celebrini still a modest favorite. So I think it's a 2-man race. But awards are fickle, so it's possible that Michkov gets back in the mix, but I really hope he doesn't because heavily invested on the 2 guys in front.
I just think I looked at the odds today after Michkov had an assist last night. He had that goal on Saturday. Like he's still 19-1 last night in that game they blew against the Predators there. So they're both at. It should matter a bit, but both at 14 goals, 20 assists, 34 points. But of course, Michkov does have those 8 more games played. He has a three-game point streak now with points in 4 of his last 5. Michkov does so. If he gets a few multi-point games here, he could jump right back up to less than 10-1, maybe 5-1. So, not saying he's going to win it right now, but I think he has a better chance than the 5-7% that 19-1 says. All right, down to 7 p.m. again. Got the Montreal Canadiens, speaking of Lane Hudson, plus 105 at the Detroit Red Wings, minus 125. Over 5.5, minus 125. Under 5.5, plus 105. Joel, back to you.
Well, the Habs are another team on the up, arguably the hottest team in the league, and they're playing some intense competition, but they're still top 10 in terms of their expected goals for percentage in the past month. And the Red Wings had their new coach bump, but seems to be fading after losing the last 3 games. Yeah, minus 125 suggests these are roughly the same team here, given the home ice advantage. But I think the Habs are playing better right now. And like I said, Lane Hudson is on fire right now. He's playing better defensively, too. He's making much smarter decisions than he was earlier in the year. So, yeah, I just got to roll with the Habs right now. They're on fire. They got all the vibes. Red Wings are struggling again. So, plus 105. Give me Montreal. I like that quite a bit. The over 5.5, too, I think is pretty good. As long as we don't have Dobis or Probis, whatever the hell his name is, he's been very good since coming into the lineup. But yeah, Red Wings have been reliant on the power play in this recent run. It's clicking like 50% at one point, but their 5-5 play still is well below average. So I like the Habs here, plus 105, and the over, I guess, even though it's minus 125 here with the 5.5. But yeah, Habs for sure.
Yeah, all right there. You can get over 6 at even money, minus 110 out there. And Red Wings coming off a 4-game road trip. That's enough for a Malinsky special, right? Or is it more than 4?
No, it's 4+. So I didn't know that. So that's
4+,
definitely like
that.
They
went down to Florida, 1-5-2, but since then 5-1 in Tampa, 4-1 in Dallas, and then 2-1 last night in Philly in overtime there. So yeah, they're not playing well. Just watching them play, they don't look like a great hockey team. Like you said, Habs on fire right now, 1-2 straight, have points in 8 of their past 9, only loss against Toronto, and then also in a shootout to Dallas there. So
and that game against Toronto, they were up 3-0 and then just totally shit the bed in the second period.
Oh, that was the game where Xhekaj pointed to the scoreboard when Reeves wanted to fight him, and then they went when they were up 3-0.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah. That was going on there. So, also speaking of the Rangers and tough guys, Matt Rempe getting in there with a goal last night. So we are 1/3 of our way to our over 2.5 goals net from the.
All right. Yeah. We got half the season left almost. So it's still possible, man. 2 goals. You could do it. Just don't get us suspended for another 15 games or something.
Yeah. But yeah. Habs plus 105 here. Not touching the total. I would go to the under if I had to, though.
Question in the chat: Jackets or Leafs? I bet the Jackets, but that was when the price was like 2-1.
We do have Hildeby in tonight, though.
Yeah, that's why the price came down quite a bit. Yeah. So yeah, plus 170. I think it's still pretty good for the Jackets. They've lost a couple in a row, I believe, but the Leafs aren't a very good team, and with their inferior goalie in net, give me the Jackets, man. Plus 170. You can't trust the Leafs at minus 200.
Yeah, absolutely there. Speaking of those Jackets, going down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 205 at the Carolina Hurricanes minus 305. Hurricanes on the puck line are minus 122. Under 6.5, minus 125. Over 6.5, plus 105 here. Of course, Blue Jackets are on the back-to-back. They're in Toronto tonight, right? So going from Toronto down there to Carolina, not an easy trip, and also a back-to-back. I'm pretty sure I read they are 0-5 or 0-6 on back-to-backs this season. And looking at them, 7-2 at Washington. They're all blowouts. 5-1 at Montreal. We got 5-2 at Vancouver in there. 4-1 at Carolina after a home game against the Ducks the night before here. So Hurricanes puck line minus 122 all the way here for me. Canes have been back on track here, 3 wins in a row after losing back-to-back to Anaheim and Buffalo. So I think they get a big win here over a division rival who are kind of still. Are they in a playoff spot still? Or are they still just in the hunt?
No, they're in a playoff spot. And Everson is now the second favorite for the Jack Adams, by the way.
It's a mess there in the wild card. Yeah, they're right there. Point behind the playoff spot, percentage point behind the playoff spot. So yeah, Hurricanes minus 1.5, minus 122 here. Looking for revenge after a Blue Jackets 4-3 shootout win on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, no arguments here. Big price for the Blue Jackets, but it's expected with the terrible situation playing in playing in Toronto and then going down to Raleigh is not ideal. Plus 245, it'll probably even increase. So you can only look the Hurricanes' way here. But yeah, I can't trust them minus 305. So yeah, just a small bet maybe in the minus 1.5. Yeah, no. Blue Jackets have been one of the best offenses in the league. So maybe they can threaten the Hurricanes defense, but again, they've been much better at home than on the road. So I'm not touching the total. Maybe the minus 1.5 there for the Canes is all I'm looking at here. But yeah, speaking of that Eastern wild card in the playoff races, it's nuts. Like even the Lightning are getting dragged down into it. There's so many teams involved, just a few points away from each other. It's pretty crazy. Hopefully, ideally, it'll be Boston and Montreal, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and I am seeing now it is Montembeault confirmed tomorrow for the Canadiens, if that impacts you at all against the Red Wings. All right, we are brought to you by DraftKings Playoffs. We're talking about playoffs. You bet we are. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs, and you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. I got Saquon Barkley, another good bet this week to score touchdowns. DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. That's code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. I got the Ottawa Senators minus 105. At the Boston Bruins, minus 115. Over 5.5, minus 115. Under 5.5, minus 105. Joel, what do you got for this one?
Well, of course, Bruins are playing tonight against the Devils, so another back-to-back situation. It'll be Swayman and net tonight, so Korpisalo almost certainly tomorrow in a revenge game against his old team, the Ottawa Senators. But yeah, Senators have been playing pretty well. We just saw this game actually on Saturday. I think it was in the morning, and it was a crazy game. But the Bruins should have won that in regulation. They blew a 5-3 lead to go and then losing. Was it overtime at a shootout? But yeah, just that's terrible for the Bruins losing. They gave the Senators 2 free points there and then lost one of their own. That was absolutely brutal. That was not good. But yeah, for this game, I do not expect another 11-goal game. So that's and neither does the market here with the total set at 5.5. And I'm still looking towards the under. Yeah, I bet the Senators. I think the price will go up a little bit. And I think they're playing better hockey right now. Bruins still 5-5 play is pretty pitiful. Their goal differential is horrible. Yeah, we'll see how they do against Devils tonight. But yeah, I bet the Senators on the early today. So yeah, I think they pull through. They're just playing better hockey than the Bruins are right now.
Yeah, I got the Sens earlier, plus 105. I would take them here in minus 105. The Bruins are pretty good on back-to-backs, though. They're 4-1 so far this season on back-to-backs. But yeah, the Sens have won the first 2 meetings, 3-2 in overtime, and then 6-5 in a shootout. So maybe play that draw there at 3-1 or better. Could be a good look with both of these teams right in that playoff hunt. Definitely going to want every point they can get. I'm seeing here Josh Norris is out for the next 3 games for the Sens, which is shocking. He's usually a very healthy player. This must be his first 3 games ever missed in his career here. But yeah, I'm on the Sens here. I'd probably play him up to minus 110, not much better, just because the Bruins have shown they can play well on back-to-backs. But I expect a tough one down there in New Jersey tonight. Devils have been playing a bunch of low-scoring games, so it could be physical games. So yeah, Sens here, minus 110 or better. All right, down to 8 p.m. here. I got the Utah Coyotes plus 140 at the Minnesota Wild minus 166. Over 5.5 is minus 125. Under 5.5 plus 105 here. This line has gotten jacked up ever since it has been announced. I'm not sure if it's announced or reported that Kaprizov and Jared Spurgeon both coming back for the Wild. Of course, they still have Gustafsson back as well. Brodin and Johansson are out for Minnesota. Looks like Sergachev did not play on Monday night. He's day-to-day with an upper body injury for the Utah here. Got to go with the Wild. Coming back home from a quick 2-game road trip, won 3-1 in Colorado as huge underdogs on Monday night. Only 11-10-1 at home. I expect that to regress a bit. Utah back-to-back wins at home, but have not been too good before that. I just can't trust the Yotes here. Minus 166 might be a bit more than I'm willing to pay, but that would be my look for this one.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the hockey club, you just wait till later on Thursday when the Kaprizov thing becomes more widely known, and they'll get bet a little bit more. The Wild, that is. So, yeah, if you want the Wild, you take it now, but minus 166, it's already baked in somewhat. Yeah, I bet them earlier, but minus 166 is just too much for me at this point. Yeah, I think that this is probably correct if the Wild get bet a little bit more or a lot more, and you get the hockey club at plus 155, plus 160, I'd start looking their way. But as of right now, I got nothing on at this current line. Total is interesting. Yeah, I mentioned Sergachev. That's a big loss because he's playing actually the most minutes in the league, and it's a good thing that John Marino's come back. He's helped fortify their blue line. It would be terrible if they were missing Marino, Durzi, and Sergachev, but yeah, they got Marino back, so the loss of Sergachev isn't as massive as it would otherwise be. But yeah, they've been fine without him so far. So yeah, I definitely could see the hockey club winning this game, but this is not a game I bet at the current price. And yeah, the total, like I said, I don't have anything for the total. The totals this year have been not ideal for me. I don't know. I'm just having a lot more success betting sides than totals. I don't really have a good a strong edge on these totals this year. It's very up and down in terms of the it was very strong overs early, but lately it's been a lot of unders. And yeah, we're seeing a lot more 5.5s to reflect that. But yeah, again, I've under 5.5 of anything, but really, I got nothing for this one at this current point.
Did you take the Slim Jim last week, or did you know if that ended up hitting?
Yeah, I did actually, and it worked out. No problem.
Nice. Down to 8 p.m. again here. Got the Vegas Golden Knights minus 142 at the St. Louis Blues plus 120. Over 5.5 minus 122. Under 5.5 plus 102. Joel, what is going on with our Vegas Golden Knights right now?
Well, Bruce Cassidy said it after the last game. It's tough to win games when you're giving up 4. He straight out called Aiden Hill out, and Samsonov, I guess, too. He said, we need better goaltending. Goaltending sucks. And that's been the case. Like, the Golden Knights are still top 5 in terms of their expected goals for percentage in the past month, but they're not getting the results because they keep letting in these shitty goals. So they got to get the goaltending going. Blues kind of the other way around. They're actually top 5 as well in terms of expected goals for percentage. Probably the first time in like 20 years. They're usually one of the worst 5-on-5 in that respect. So yeah, they definitely merited their recent run of results. They've been playing better, getting wins, but still, I think the Golden Knights are far superior team. Minus 142, got to back them here. Yeah, I think that's the way to look. Hopefully, we get some saves for once, and yeah, the total for that reason, the way the Golden Knights are playing, they're still clicking on offense, but the goaltending, like I said, is just really poor right now. So the over 5.5 would be my look for the total, but really just betting the Golden Knights money line here.
Yeah, I agree with all of that there. I mean, I guess I wonder if Vegas is going to end up being in on someone like a John Gibson, or if someone else becomes available at the deadline. But they always seem
only
happy
they still have Logan Thompson, second best player in the league.
Or if only Team Canada gave him a call too, he'd be playing some big games there. But yeah, it seems like they're happy to go into the playoffs with whoever in net and just hope that their defense plays well in front of them and that they get hot here. Yeah, 4 straight losses here, allowed 5 in 3 of them. We're big favorites in the last two, minus 240, minus 180. Yeah, here only minus 142 at a Blues team that is playing above its head a little bit. I mean, Montgomery's definitely come in and helped them out, but yeah, this will be a home and home here as well. Vegas just lost 5-4 in a shootout to St. Louis. They were minus 180 in that one, and now going on the road 40 cents. I guess that kind of makes sense given the home road splits for Vegas here, but I will be taking them there as well, minus 142. Yeah, for the total, you only have to look to the over, but maybe you see Vegas clamp down a bit after Cassidy's comments at the last game. So yeah, just Vegas money line here for me as well. All right, down to 10 p.m. here. Got the Vancouver Canucks plus 150 at the Edmonton Oilers minus 180. Over 5.5 minus 118. Under 5.5 minus 102. Joel, I'm going right back to you. I didn't realize this one was up next.
Well, the shit show continues here in Van City. Constant speculation about the status of JT Miller and whether he's going to be traded. Sounds like it's inevitable. We'll see. Hear the story of Paul Bissonnette talking to Francesco Aquilini, the owner of the Canucks, in a restaurant in Victoria. He was giving him advice like, just wait till the offseason and then move, because there'll be more teams looking to buy him or trade for him. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, there's too much of a distraction going on with this club right now. The Oilers, too. They lost 2 in a row. Of course, and without McDavid for this one. I expect maybe the Canucks get that a little bit with the McDavid stuff. But still, like, Tyler Myers being out isn't it's not a light deal either. With he's the third best defenseman on a very miserable blue line after Quinn Hughes in the Canucks right now. So plus 150, I think like the Canucks these days, like they win the games that you don't expect them to win. They lose the games you expect them to win. Like the Sabres on a back-to-back coming up north from Seattle. How the hell did the Canucks lose that one? I don't know. But yeah, the goaltending hasn't been there since Demko's come back. They're trying to give him more games, but of course he hasn't played consistently in like 10 months. So it's natural to expect him to be playing like an inferior goalie. Lankinen, hopefully he gets more games going forward. But yeah, it's tough right now in Vancouver. But plus 150, I think, is a decent look here with these teams constantly going back and forth. Like it's developing into a pretty good rivalry lately, as we saw towards the end of that game in Vancouver on Saturday with the two cross checks and Garland holding McDavid down and all that good stuff. So I would wait and just bet the Canucks at some point. Well, with the McDavid thing, I don't know if you want to wait. I don't know where this line's going to go, to be honest, but I'd only look the Canucks way here. The Oilers just I don't. They're the best team in the league, I'll say that. But without McDavid and the Canucks, like they're so unpredictable right now. So I would just take the dog here and figure that they can play better than they did on Tuesday. Because yeah, they were the better team in Vancouver on Saturday. So I expect them to put in a better performance. But there's just so many distractions going on right now. It's tough to get a read on this team. But under 5.5 is a decent look, though, with the Canucks very good defensively, awful offensively. They continue to have one of the worst shot rates in the league. And the Oilers, of course, are a far better defensive team since they bring in Chris Knobloch. But yeah, under 5.5, and the Canucks would be the looks.
Yeah, if I go anyway in this one, it'll be Edmonton somehow. Maybe an Edmonton parlayed with a Draisaitl point, or find some prop to parlay it with. Because yeah, Edmonton. I mean,
that's a good point. Draisaitl plays.
Draisaitl had 2 goals. He scored only 2 goals on Saturday.
Yeah, and he scored again against the Capitals and assisted on Perry's goal. So he plays unreal when McDavid is out of the lineup.
Yeah, so Draisaitl point, or maybe just Draisaitl goal by itself. I'm seeing it's plus 130 right now. But yeah, Oilers, I mean, they're one of the top expected goals for teams in the league this season. Past 10 games, they're almost at 62%. Vancouver's down there in the bottom, where are they? Bottom half at the very least. No, they're 11th, so they've been decent in the past 10 games. But no Myers, like you said. Who knows if Miller's going to play and how motivated he'll be there. And Edmonton, it's not. Edmonton was on the road for a bit. They were on the road for 4, back home for 1, on the road for 3, and then back home for that game against Washington. They outshot them 32-14. They played well on that one. So I think Edmonton here somehow. Minus 180 is too much. There's still minus 165 out there at a book if you're not limited there. Minus 175 as well, but maybe a minus one that includes. So if it goes to overtime, you get a push there, or just the Oilers with a Draisaitl point. Because I can't take the Canucks here unless it gets to maybe plus 170, plus 175, and then you have the rivalry game factor into toss up. But Oilers here for me. Haven't found a way to bet them yet. We'll see if I do. All right, we are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all sports. Underdog is always making it easier to win with profit boosts and gimme pick'ems, NFL, college basketball, MMA, NBA, NASCAR, and more. You can now use specials and boosts on all flex entries. Sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And we got Rhythm back. SGPN's proud partner, Rhythm, is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. Build your own model, copy one of the top-performing models from the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build a model for you. If NFL playoffs haven't been going your way so far, Rhythm will help you turn things around. With 3 games left, 3 best of the season, Rhythm's AI-powered predictions for prop bets and game lines will set you up for success through the big game. So claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, going down here to 10 p.m. Again, or 9 p.m. again. This is 9 here. We got the Buffalo Sabres plus 110 at the Calgary Flames minus 130. Over 5.5 is at minus 120 with the under 5.5 at plus 100 here. Got another Malinsky special. Flames coming home from a 4-game road trip, feeling good after going into Winnipeg, beating them 3-1 despite getting outshot 39-22. Sabres coming off a win as well, 3-2 there in Vancouver on a back-to-back somehow. They've been up and down. I mean, before that they lost 2, 1-1, lost 1, 1-2. So can never really trust them too much here, but it's a Malinsky special. We're getting plus 110. That's the way I'm going to go.
I got to stop you. This does not qualify for a Malinsky special. The Flames been off since Saturday. So.
Oh, I did not notice the date there. So, then I have nothing. I have nothing for this one. I would still probably go for the Sabres at plus 110 here, but Dustin Wolf at home is an animal. So, this is a good old-fashioned pass game.
I bet the Flames. They've been playing really well lately. Top 10 expected goals for percentage the past month. The Sabres do not like this team at all. They were not impressive against the Canucks. They're certainly not impressive against the Kraken, blowing yet another lead. This team is mentally fragile, and the Flames are the opposite. They're a team that's really rallying together and pushing for a playoff spot. Sabres are the worst team in the Eastern Conference, at least in terms of their they're just straight up the worst team in the Eastern Conference. Flames, good home team. Dustin Wolf has been unreal for a rookie goalie. So, minus 130 I think is pretty cheap. So, I love the Flames here. The total, over 5.5 maybe. But, again, the totals right now, I'm not getting a good read on them. But I do love the Flames here at only minus 130. Far better team. You're getting them at home in the Sabres' 3rd game in 4 nights. I like this price quite a bit.
Yeah, I didn't realize they've been off for so long. And teams with that many days off this season have been pretty good after them. So, Flames here minus 130 would be my look, if anything. All right, down to 10 p.m. Now we got the Pittsburgh Penguins minus 148 at the Anaheim Ducks plus 124. Over 5.5 minus 130. Under 5.5 plus 110. Joel, take this one.
Yeah, Ducks. Speaking of really bad teams, they are awful. Not impressive at all against Florida. But, of course, the Panthers will make a lot of teams look unimpressive. And the Penguins there, minus 148, I think they're playing a lot better lately. They're finally getting some defensive structure going, at least relative to how they're playing early in the season. And they do have a very competent offense. So, minus 148 for the Pens here would be my play. Kind of like the over 5.5 here with the Ducks goaltending struggling lately and the Penguins offense being really good. Maybe the Penguins team total is the play, or that race to 4 that you like, something like that. But either way, I'm only playing the Pens here.
Yeah, Penguins minus 148 seems a bit disrespectful. They've been out west for a few days now, played in LA on Monday night. 2 days off now in sunny California, assuming it's sunny out there. I know it's snowing a bit down in Louisiana and whatnot.
It's hot.
Here.
It's hot. I know that much.
Oh, it's definitely hot in California. So true there. So yeah. Ducks are not hot. They've lost 4 in a row, lost 7 of their past 8 here. So yeah, they're just not a good hockey team here. And yes, yeah, plus 124 is not nearly enough. So Penguins minus 150. I will be all over that one. As for the total, don't have a great read. Penguins are an over team. Ducks are an under team. Penguins can't fly. Ducks can fly. So it's just a toss up here.
It's been a while since you had one of those
on the total. So Penguins here minus 148. My only bet for this one. All right, down to 10 p.m. again here. I got the Washington Capitals minus 148 at the Seattle Kraken plus 124. Over 5.5 minus 118, under 5.5 minus 102 here. I was looking at the expected goals 4% numbers over the past 10 games, and like I see the Blackhawks, the worst teams: Blackhawks, Sharks, Ducks, Kraken, Caps. Caps are at the 5th worst. They have points in all 10 of those games, though, so they're still getting the job done thanks to their goaltending. But there could be some regression coming soon. I don't necessarily think in this one. Seattle, good back-to-back wins there against LA and Buffalo, but the Caps just seem to be a class above the Kraken. Maybe that's a bit disrespectful to the Kraken here, but Caps are great on the road, 16-6-1. They've had a day off now after in Edmonton there, winning 3-2. So yeah, got to go with the Caps to stay hot. Minus 148 is getting a bit steep. I got a minus 140 earlier, but I'd play him up to minus 150, I guess, here. So Caps. And then I like the under here as well. Under 5.5, minus 102. As long as it's the core to net for Seattle. And hopefully it's Thompson, because Lindgren is hurt for Washington. So under 5.5. And maybe Lindgren's not hurt. I'm not seeing him here on the injury report. But yeah, Caps in the under, nevertheless.
Do we have any back-to-backs on Friday? I should have looked at that. Yeah, Flyers play. The Knights play Friday. And
Lindgren is starting tomorrow for the Capitals.
Okay, interesting. And the Coyotes play Friday, so those are the back-to-backs. I should have noted that before. For this one, though, even with Lindgren in net, I'm okay with the minus 140 price here for the Capitals. They're definitely like the Canucks of last year in terms of surprising and being PDO kings. But Logan Thompson's been incredible. Obviously, not playing tomorrow, but that's a big reason for their success. And yeah, the Kraken have been pretty fucking miserable all season long. And as you said, they're bottom 5 in terms of expected goal for percentage almost since the start of the year. Yeah, Capitals is a far better team. They lead the league in terms of points somehow. The Capitals strong road team as well. Kraken just very inconsistent at home. I like the Capitals quite a bit here, and the under 5.5 as well, even with Lindgren and net, who has been not nearly as good as he's been in years past. So, yeah, Capitals and under, don't have much to add to your handicap.
Yeah, might be time to start fading the Caps in the President's Trophy race. I'm seeing they're plus 155, Oilers 5-1. You got the Canes 10-1, Knights 15-1. Like, might be starting to throw some darts at some long shots there.
I was looking at that earlier today, actually. Kind of like the Oilers yet.
Yeah, Oilers are starting to look like that team that almost erased the 3-0 deficit. All right, down to the final game of the night. We got the Nashville Predators minus 238. Predators on the puck line plus 110 at the San Jose Sharks plus 195. Under 6.5 minus 130. Over 6.5 plus 110. Joel, close it out.
Yeah, just saw this game. Sharks were on a back-to-back after playing in Boston, and they played in Nashville. Now they're going back to San Jose. Do not like that scheduling for San Jose. It's kind of brutal, but the price you got to pay for the Preds here is pretty prohibitive. But that's the only way you can look right now. Sharks are the worst team in the league right now. So they have a fun offense. Like the young guys are clicking, but their defense is absolutely brutal. Georgiev, again, just 4 goals every game. Although it could be an Askarov here, right, with the revenge game.
Revenge game, possibly,
yeah. Yeah. So I expect it'll be him playing here. Regardless, give me the Preds at minus 1.5 plus 110. Sharks are just that bad and bad situation. I kind of like the over. I did bet an over 6 at minus 109, I believe. In this one, the Sharks blew a 5-1 lead, like I said, and then 7-5 for the Predators. That was a pretty fun pretty fun for our salami yesterday, even though it didn't win, even for the 12-goal game. But it kept it interesting. I think every other game went under pretty much. But anyway, over 6 here, over 6.5 plus 110 would be the play. And the Predators on the puck line plus 110. The Sharks are just that bad. And like I said, terrible situation. And the Predators are playing a lot better now. They're on a 4-game win streak. They need a miracle to make the playoffs, but it's still possible. We know this team, they won like 13 games in a row last year. Maybe if they can do that again, they can push for it, especially with the teams ahead of them aren't really good. Predators puck line over 6.5.
Yeah, I completely agree with all that. Just trying to count up how many of the Sharks' 36 losses have been by margin. It's around 20, maybe 21. I lost count there towards the end. But yeah, I mean, minus 238 on the money line. Puck line only being plus 110. Getting plus odds there is great. Preds, big comeback win, scoring 6 unanswered there at home. Sharks coming back home after that long road trip. Going to be their third in 4 nights. So you brought that up as well. So Preds here on the puck line plus 110. They've been winning by margin, mostly 7-5, 6-2, 3-2 shootout, 5-3, but 4-1, 3-0 in Calgary and Vancouver for their last road win. So Preds might be turning it around a bit here. So Nashville minus 1.5 plus 110 here. I would look to the over, but I'm not going to be playing a total in this one. All right, that is the 11-game slate for Thursday, January 23rd. You got anything else before we get into our puck box?
No, let's do it.
All right, I was filling it up as we go along here. I'll read these off here. All these are underdogs for 25. Favorites are 30 puck bucks. Got the Flyers plus 130. Flyers, Rangers under 5.5 plus 105. Canadians plus 105, Carolina puck line minus 122, Vegas minus 142, Washington minus 148. That's down to minus 142. It just switched. I'm going to put that in there. Washington, Seattle under 5.5 is now minus 108. And then Nashville puck line plus 110.
Give me your Flyers plus 130, 20 puck bucks. Give me the Senators minus 105, 20 puck bucks. Canadiens plus 105, 20 puck bucks. Hurricanes minus 1.5, minus 122, 20 puck bucks. Golden Knights minus 142, 25 puck bucks. Flames minus 130, 30 puck bucks. And the Preds minus 1.5, 20 puck bucks plus 110. And the over 6.5 in that game, plus 110, 20 puck bucks as well.
Nashville over 6.5 it is, yes.
Yeah.
Those are the puck buck bets at the 43-minute mark of the YouTube video. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube at Hockey Room Podcast on YouTube there. So make sure to look up there. Subscribe to us on Apple and Spotify as well. And follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. We'll likely be back Friday night for a Saturday show.
Yeah, I should be here.
All right, sounds good there. All right, then. That's going to do it for us. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer, and you'll find me sitting with Yannick Sinner. Hopefully, he can repeat as the Aussie Open champion, but he's got to get through Zverev or Djokovic, which will not be an easy task. I do expect him to breeze by Ben Shelton. He's minus 2,000. Sinner is. So, the market hopefully is correct in this, and we don't have to sweat that one. But, he looks like an insane player the way he played against De Minaur. So, time to sin, baby.
See ya.